Introducing the Intuitive Hour. Awaken your inner voice with psychic medium, author, and intuitive life coach, Michelle Beltran. The Intuitive Hour will empower you to learn how to magnify the powers of your intuitive voice. Listen in and expand your understanding of what it means to be psychic and how to awaken, amplify, and trust your inner voice.
All right, everyone, we've got a wonderful episode of the Intuitive Hour ahead today. The Moon Mood Connection, and this is by a request from a client who wanted to know more about this topic. All right, so it's a full moon, and instead of basking in the romance of the moonlight, you're moody and uncomfortable. Moon mood madness is not uncommon, and you are not just being grumpy. The gravitational pull on your body's fluids not only affects how you feel, but it affects your mood as well. Ancient philosophers recognized this phenomenon before there was science to record it. Examples of moon madness, as it's referred to, have been found in ancient writings of the Assyrian and Babylonian empires. While scientists have investigated these and other lunar notions and repeatedly debunked them, there still remain occurrences of unexplainable behaviors during a full moon cycle. The Spiritual Science Research Foundation examined the effect of the moon on human behavior using spiritual research methodologies, and they determined the moon does have an effect on our minds and bodies. We all know from astrology that each of the planets and the sun and moon has an influence on our feelings, emotions, and consciousness. The moon affects our emotions because the moon influences water. Just as the moon causes the tides, it exerts a pull on the 70 to 80% of water that makes up our body. We feel this as emotions. So it's easy to recognize the effect the sun has on our planet, but the moon's effects aren't quite so dramatic. Human consciousness, like the sun and moon, is made up of electrical activity that can be measured with an electroencephalograph. This is our magnetic aura or field of energy. We're affected by the magnetic poles of the planet because there is a magnetic component to who we are. When the moon is full or new, the gravitational pull of the moon and sun are combined. The moon exerts a pull on the earth on other days as well, but it's not as powerful as on the days of the full moon and or the new moon. The full moon does not have to be a time of negative energy. It can be a time of positive energy if you use it correctly. Remember that whatever is going on in your body, mind, and spirit will be amplified. It can increase your positive energy or it can wreak havoc on your emotions. If you're angry, you will feel angrier. In turn, if you are happy, you will feel happier. During the full moon, the ocean swells. And interestingly, we see emergency rooms have more patients during this time as well. The energy is very powerful, so it's important to direct it with positive intention. To control the effects of the moon, you may have to make some changes 3 days before, during the full moon or new moon cycle, and 3 days after. Here's your work. Think positive thoughts. Refrain from arguing or getting angry. Instead of feeding any disgruntled feelings, envision your dreams manifesting. Designate a sacred space in your home and take time to meditate there. You can meditate by yourself or in a group, either work. And if all else fails, take the focus off yourself and send blessings to people in need. All right, we will call that an episode. I look forward to seeing you all here next week.
Thanks for listening to the Intuitive Hour. If you're inspired to take your intuitive development to the next step, be sure to enroll in Michelle's newly released Kickstart Your Intuition e-course at michellebeltran.com.